Hey, welcome everyone to the last video of 2018 because it is the 30th of December, so what do you expect? Who would have thought we would still be working on the game in 2019, but we are, and there's loads more like cool stuff to go in. I thought I would give you a quick look at a game that a saved game that brings the engine to its knees, and I don't feel too bad about this because it is really pushing the limits, to put it mildly, and I like things like this because I sometimes treat myself to optimizing layouts like this to improve them, and obviously that feeds back to everyone. If I can get a stupid map that is insanely huge like this one to run okay, I'm just gonna switch this into blueprint mode, which renders massively quicker. You know, if I can get a map this size to run reasonably on good hardware, then that means I can get a big map to run very well on poor hardware. So as you can see, this is really going for it. This is amazing, and the frame rate is not too amazing, to put it mildly. I'll turn these off just because they're slightly annoying. Oh, I clicked in the wrong place. Yeah, so big maps are a thing, obviously. Toggle. Look at this, 600 million in the bank. That's probably more than Tesla have at the moment. Who knows? Who knows? It's a mystery. Anyway, so why bother showing you an absolutely huge map? One of the reasons for this is I want to show you some of the changes that have been made to the ability of the player to build their own maps. This is not a normal map that ships with the game. It has been custom designed with an enormous amount of resource importers. Toggle it back into blueprint mode. If I can get the mouse to click, there we go. There's an enormous amount of resource importers along here, and they can really slow things down. So anyway, yeah, big maps are a thing. How do we make maps, and what has changed in that interface? Here we go. Right, well, that may look like an incredibly professional and seamless edit due to my intense professionalism, but actually you'll notice I've grown significantly older since 10 seconds ago, because there was a huge bug in what I was showing you and I had to go in and fix it. Right, let me show you, and I presume this is what I was talking about a minute ago, the map editor. So here we go. You may not know how to get to it because we don't kind of bang on about it. So if you go to new game, you can normally play a mission, including you know, one based on a map you've done, which we'll have a look at in a minute. So you can hit the play button, or there's also the edit button. How exciting. So if you click on the edit button, you get the level editor. Here it is, and it looks slightly nicer than it did before in the some of the color things have changed. So we actually highlight what zone you're on when you're going to edit stuff like the name of the zone or its rent, stuff like that. And also we've changed these things so that instead of just having red tiles and green tiles, which wasn't very helpful, now they're little arrows that point outwards if they're an export slot, or inwards if they're an import slot, and they're red and green, and you can see the key here on the buttons. Offices are green, zones are sort of purpley colour. Also we've changed these things here so they're proper pickers, so when you change the floor you can pick it like that. This is all the floors that are in the game. Normally you wouldn't have carpet in a warehouse, in a factory floor. We have that for some of the offices and marketing and sales areas and stuff like that, but you could do. And also we have a picker for the walls here. Now if you've used the level editor before, you will know that the current system for picking the walls is absolutely ridiculous, in that you just pick a number and then you have to save the game and start a mission and load it and look at the colours of the walls. What was I thinking? I was thinking I need a quick level editor to make the game, but we've improved that now, so you can pick the walls. I'm going to add at least 4, I think maybe 5 new sets of wall tiles to make things more interesting. It's just literally waiting for the artwork on that. I haven't even set off the details yet. So this is vastly better than it used to be, and it also runs as a dialogue. You can see in the background we've got the main game here, whereas it previously used to have its own horrible kind of full screen kind of nonsense going on and not be very good. So the big thing that took most of the time, apart from a few little tweaks here and there, was this amazing feature: prepared to be amazed. Oh my god! Oh my god! Look at the skill! And look at the smooth scrolling, which actually took a little bit of maths. Or math, depending. So yeah, look, you can zoom in and out with the scroll wheel. You can use WSAD to move around. You can use the arrow keys to move around. You can do both at once. Whoa! Look at this for editing skills. So why might you do this? You might do this if you have a huge map, and you can have a huge map. So if we go to a map size of 200, click apply, that should reset everything. Oh, that doesn't... Oh, you're joking. You're joking. It's happening again. No, it's just really slow, isn't it? Yeah, wow. That's kind of like major, isn't it? Okay, let's set this to something. Let's just set it to 100. It actually involves quite a lot of memory shenanigans if you do this. Put a zone down, can I zoom in? And then I can't zoom out. This is the thing I've just fixed. This is the thing I have literally just fixed. I want to destroy the world. How is this possible? This is fine. This is fine. And I can create... I'll fix it. I'll fix it. I honestly will. So if we create a zone... Yeah. It's if we create a new map. It's something about creating a new map. With this button is causing a pain, and I don't know why. Anyway, look, I'll fix it. And this right-click deletes things, by the way. Oh wow, but it doesn't change the alpha on that one. Look at the bugs I've found. It's worth doing these videos just so I can be thoroughly ashamed of all the crappy bugs. So you can ignore the alpha on that. I need to fix that. Oh, Christ, you can't do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together a really stupid. Can you just do one? You can't, can you? That's another thing that I need to fix. So anyway, this is like a sample. Stop doing that. This is like a little sample map. And I'm making it really stupid so you can tell that it really is a sample map, or maybe I'm just doing it for my own sense of giggles. So we'll put in loads of importers, and the direction is automatic, it works out what to do. And this would be a real pain and put just one exporter there. And have a little office here. Okay, I mean that's fine, right? And so I'm going to change the floors to all be lovely Tesla white. Different varieties of said thing. What am I doing? I should make it if you click on that as well, shouldn't I? Because I think that feels quite natural to sort of click on that. So we'll do all of that, and the walls. Let's make all the walls red. And hopefully this is going to work. Then I'm going to show you one other thing, and then that'll be it. So if I save that and I call that... Oh, see, look, another bug. Another... Oh, wow. There's so many bugs. Anyway, look. Completely disregard everything I'm saying, right? This is brilliant because I've got so many things that I know that I've got fixed. This is the state of the editor, right? It's got bugs in which I'm going to fix today. I'm not kidding. I won't go to sleep until they're fixed. And they will all definitely be fixed and checked. But look, behold what the editor could one day look like if I fix its bugs. It's so much better than it has been in the past. I think you will agree. So there you go. So let me forget all that. This is... they get worse, don't they? The videos get worse. I did have vague plans that one of my cats might come in and hear my voice. Because they haven't been on camera yet. We've got 3 now. And they are pretty photogenic. So if any of them show up, I will give them their first small van test. That'll do. there's one other little thing that I've done, and I did it earlier and I've forgotten. No, I've remembered what it is. Do not panic, Cliff. It's a trivial thing, but someone suggested it. And often I put in things that seem trivial, but just like someone suggests it. And I think, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And all it is if you go here and you go into components. If you don't know this screen, this shows you every component that is currently being produced or used in the game. How many you're producing, how many you are consuming per hour, and how many are currently in stockpiles of various sorts. Now, it used to show all of them, but there are some things, for example, right at the start here, aerials, that we currently have no way to produce the aerials in the factory itself. You have to buy in aerials. So now you get a little dash on produced, meaning, as expected, none are being produced. AI chips you can produce, and we're producing none, in which case it will say 0 per hour. Same with chips, same with directional LED lights, folded wing mirrors and LED lights. There's a whole bunch of stuff that we're not producing, yet we are consuming. So, for example, the rear arch there, we require 118 an hour, we're not producing any of them. So, you know, that's something we could look into. It's just a user interface thing. Now, something else that I want to highlight is a suggestion someone had, and if we come in here to technologies, no, it's already in. It is already in. That's very interesting. If you have any opinions, right, on the layout of the research screen, in terms of you think that, for example, keyless entry shouldn't depend on central locking, for example, which wouldn't make any sense, or maybe car alarm should come between these two or whatever. I'm always interested to hear what people think, because laying this stuff out is very, I think, tricky. I mean, there's no technical reason, right, why you have to have a research for a leather interior before you have a wooden dashboard. But I just think generally it makes sense because it's like luxury interior and even more luxury interior stuff. I'm interested to know if anyone thinks I've got any of these wrong. Now, something that I noticed recently when watching an excellent video was that a lot of the time, especially in the kind of what they call general assembly part of producing a car, which is what I call accessories. So it's stuff like here where you're putting the horn in, which isn't a big deal really generally, but you're putting lights and all this stuff. Firstly, most of it is done by people and not robots. Should I change that? I am very tempted to change it, I really am. I keep thinking about it. But the other thing is that what British people would call the bonnet and Americans would call the hood is up, is open for a lot of the time that the car is going through the production line. Now, I just don't have graphics to do that, and I don't have code to do that. But I could do it. Would it be kind of cool to have the car going along and, like, you know, that the hood was open for part of it? I think that would be kind of like more realistic, and it'd be more a case of showing, yeah, this car is being worked on, especially when you put the engine in. Which is probably around here somewhere. Fit exhaust, fit radiator. Well, radiator maybe it would be. That's one thing. One of the other things that I'm thinking of doing is for stuff like exhaust and wheels, having the car vertically go up slightly. So I don't know if I mentioned this last time. I haven't got around to trying it yet, but I've done a lot of lying there thinking about it. So, for example, when you attach the wheels here, they're in the wrong place, right? Surely these robots should be working on the bottom of the car, not the top. But there's only one sequence of robot animation, so they kind of work on the top of the car there. Would it be good if it went in, whoop, wheels, whoop, and then went off? I may have asked that last week, I'm not sure, but I really want to get it done. So in the next day, I'm going to fix all these stupid editor bugs. If I then go back, yeah, I've got some minor GUI things that people want me to fix. I want to fix a Z ordering thing, which is this. You see this? Look, you can see that car through this. You can see these people through this. I'm going to fix that. I am honestly going to fix that. What else is on my little list? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I want a new tab, probably on here. So a new one of these. Sorry, a new one of these So we'd have a new thing that would show you loads of statistics globally about the factory. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to make the game very slightly easier because the consensus is it's slightly too hard. And I need to fiddle about with the AI code for when stuff is researched, because the AI does seem to be maybe because you're not told about the AI researching prerequisites, so it won't tell you, oh, AI has researched body specialization. It will only tell you about tech research by the AI. And I think I may need to balance some of that so that, for example, it doesn't just sort of jump in there and get ahead of you too much. So I'll be tweaking that. And then it'll be on to world events. But I've got a few little kind of things to do, and I'd like to improve the performance a bit more as well. Anyway, chat. This is production line. This video was its normal random selection of me going, look at this cool feature that then breaks, and I have to assure you it'll be fixed soon. Hopefully I will get this into the unstable build soon, so you'll be able to play around with it if you feel like it. Yeah, so we're currently on Steam, GOG and the Humble Store, and direct from us. If you buy direct from us, we get 95% of the money. So please buy direct from us, you get a Steam key as well. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will have all sorts of fun stuff to show you next week. See you then.